Welcome to another episode of All to Call. I am your host, Tane, here with a new episode today. And I have Brian with me. Hi, Brian.
What up?
Okay, Rob Roush. What up?
Man, I've been saying that since '94. He stole that from me.
um, we did not have a Love is Blind episode this week. So we're like, let's just give the people something. And Brian is full of Summer House thoughts. And we're like, you know what? I
Always.
can do Summer House. I don't cover Summer House, but a lot is happening. So today we are going to talk about Summer House. And I feel like, it's great timing because a lot of rumors are going on right now that are like
hmm
quite unbelievable. But when you think about the fact that it is Bravo, it's nothing is impossible.
I'm praying they're true. I
Oh
want
my
this to be
God, I'm
true.
praying it is not true.
I
This
want it.
is disastrous if it is because Ciara would never come back.
Yeah.
Okay, we will talk about this. But before we go into that, guys, if you remember, very rare for Tane, to drop a show, but we did. We dropped Suddenly Amish because I'm
hmm
trolling and looking through the TV and I see coming soon the season finale of Faking Amish. I take a picture, I text Brian, hey, what's up? Because I don't really do Reddit and all the things. And sometimes Brian has his boots on the ground, his ears to the ground. I'm like, what is
Sometimes.
this? And he's like, is it a big reveal? Did they reveal they were fake all
Right?
along? What kind of Freudian slip was that? I just, there's no
Nuts.
explanation for why that said faking Amish.
No. I know sometimes they do like a different name for a show in different countries. Like they can't call it Great British Bake Off here because I think it's
Yeah.
like Betty Crocker owns trademark on Bake Off or something. But
Yeah.
like this didn't make any sense to me. I don't do the Amish own a trademark on some one of the two words in the title? Like I don't know what this was.
Yeah. And TLC is just, what is TLC doing? I saw a show, Bizarre Body Bizarre,
Oh, but I've not
that's
seen that
coming
one.
up. And I'm like, what are we doing, TLC? We're just throwing shows, but I don't think we're thinking longevity.
No, they were well, and it makes sense because they're owned by the same company. They remind me a lot of what HBO was doing after Game of Thrones ended, where it's like
Hmm.
that was our big fish, and we don't have another one yet. So let's try out a million different things. We're gonna try Westworld. That didn't go that great. We're gonna try The Nevers, which if you have not watched The Nevers, it is like the best single season of TV, and they canceled it. It's just like they were just throwing shit in all directions, trying to find something that stuck, and then they're like, "We'll just go back to Game of Thrones again and just do more Game of Thrones content."
Yeah.
So I don't know what TLC is doing right now. I don't know if they're kind of seeing the end of the 90-day dominance coming up in a couple of years and trying to plan a next move, but nothing that they have come out with has really caught on much at all as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, what are they going to do? They can't have their Nigerian prototype because, the visas are banned now. So they're going to
Right?
milk Daniel to the end, which I just caught up on 90 Day, guys. I can't. We're not talking about somebody shot on the bed. I'm,
Shat everywhere, apparently.
I
Like coated
can't.
the bed in it.
I can't. But speaking of TLC, guys, Welcome to Plathville is coming back.
Yeah.
We
Looking
will
forward to
be
that.
covering that. So,
Looking forward to
um,
that.
no, really fun is that Brian and I got together to talk about like, oh, what shows are coming out? What can we do? By the time we
We had a whole
ended the
meeting.
call and went back, there were like 5 more shows that came out, and we're like, okay, that was pointless. So we'll
Yeah.
figure out. But Plathville is
Love on the
making the cut.
Spectrum's coming back. I
Yeah.
mean, oof.
Fun fact,
Content plate is full.
I've never watched that show. I say this every season. It's
Oh.
so shocking, even to me, that I've never watched that show. But
I
might change.
think I've cried every episode. I'm
Oh
pretty
wow.
sure I've cried in every episode of that show. And it makes me hate Forrest's mom a whole lot more because you watch all the parents of the people on the spectrum on that show, and they're just like, my entire life, all I have wanted was for them to find somebody that loves and accepts them and wants to be with them.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that this is going to be their person. And now Forrest's mom sees that Forrest and Sheena are genuinely like, no, fuck that bitch. I hate this. I'm just like, well, now hold on. Because every other parent is like, I want this for my kid. And this is all I've ever wanted. And I'm so happy. And they get so disappointed if it doesn't work out. And like the people on the spectrum don't get disappointed. They're like, yeah, we don't work together. Yeah, you're right. We should walk away from each other. And the parents are like, no, not again.
I mean, I know it's different production and different goals,
Hmm.
and also given the fact that we know that they've met, Sheena and Forrest have met before. But
Sure have.
I don't completely like Forrest's mom gets a huge side eye, but I completely understand that he's been duped before. I mean, and
Yeah,
she was lying. So I
but it's
completely
her
get
money. I
it.
mean,
It is her money. I always say that. It is her
right?
money, but it's just half and half. But
Yeah.
we digress. I forgot to even
Back to
mention
the focus.
at the top of the episode that this is a reality show ramble episode, guys. There's going to be two parts. This part is Summer House and a little bit of. I'm going to give you an update of Suddenly Amish, which is where we started from because I watched the finale, so you don't have to. And
Hmm.
then I'll do a part two because a lot of shows came out, and I'm going to talk about all the various shows that came out. I mean, Ladies of London came out, Southern Hospitality came out, American Culinary Cup, Top Chef came out early. I'm saying all this because, hold myself accountable. I have to watch these. So I will, talk about those shows. But to give a quick summary of what happened with Suddenly Amish, again, the mystery of faking Amish was not solved. Apparently, the show was not fake. They had their reckoning. I didn't watch all the episodes. I did see that Judah's mom came by, didn't watch that. Seemed there was some scandal because when Matt came back and came for Kendra, they went off site to go to a hotel to go hang out,
Yeah,
which
it appeared to
breaks
be a
all the
motel.
rules. So, hey, so they were completely out. So they were not in the finale at all. And they had their great reckoning with the community. The day before, Judah did come out to them as bisexual,
Oh,
and what's his name, the other papa daddy with Sarah,
I
his
don't.
wife.
Jim Jones. I don't know.
No.
He had them
um
glasses.
yes, with the glasses, he's like, you're like a son to me, like it doesn't matter and things like
Oh,
that.
that's nice.
That was really nice, but it's not up to him. So anyways, they recommend them to join the church. And James, he's a hater. He's just like, nope, they're not. He just calls each of them. He's like, Esmeralda is like in and out. Aaron is kind of like, he works so hard but he's not really there. And then Aaron is pissed because he's like, I worked so well. He's like, Judah, he was scared of animals but now he does. But basically he just wasn't fully there with them. But they get a chance to sit on it and then decide if they want to be part of the community. And so they do that. Esmeralda, they give them a chest of their stuff to look at. So it has like your clothes, the lashes, and then in Billy Joe's case, her vibrator. So you look at
Oh
it like, do
God.
you miss the world and all that? So Esmeralda is like, yeah, this is not for me. I see my clothes. I want my clothes. Leave me alone. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Aaron looks at it and he's like, I cannot function without my hearing aids. Like I
Literally.
need this. I have to. So I'm not joining you guys. Bye. Billy Joe goes up there and she's like, all she's ever wanted was the Amish and she really wants to be here and she decides to stay with the
Wow.
community. And then Judah comes in and he's like, yeah, that he likes like the family that they built, and Judah decides to stay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, good for
So
him.
yeah, I mean, still think it's faking Amish, and that's what
Yeah.
happened. We get like a update and all that, and then we see Judah walking the streets of Atlanta in his Amish clothes,
Oh no,
saying
don't do
he's
that.
visiting family and friends, trying to decide if he wants to stay or not. I'm like, sir,
Oh, Judah.
we
Judah.
know
Judah.
you're
Judah.
not. Billy Joe's family is like they're gonna miss her, but they know like this is what she's looking forward to. So that's pretty much it. And that's the end of the show that we're never going to hear again. That the TLC president said is the next, what did you say it was? The next,
He said it was going to be like their next huge sensation. He was
all
talking
right.
this shit up like it was going to be like a mind blowing. We are all this is going to be the next viral hit on TLC. Like, bitch, no one talks about this show. So swing
Yeah.
and a miss.
So, yeah. So that's it for Suddenly Amish RIP. I don't think it's ever even going to be in the history books. And yeah.
No.
Fun fact, because I'm thinking about what you said where maybe shows have different names. The name in South Africa for Scandal was The Fixer. They couldn't call
Oh,
it
that is a
Scandal
better name for it.
for some reason. So, okay, we are here to talk Summer House. Summer House is a Bravo show that is in its 10th season.
10th season.
10th season, 10 years. It was they did a crossover with Vanderpump Rules when they came to visit, but the premise of the show is these people drive every weekend from New York to the Hamptons. They stay in a house, they throw parties, and then all the shenanigans. We've had a bunch of house guests come in and out all through. And right now we have settled. We lost some people. We lost Paige. We lost
Yeah,
Danielle. We kind of lost Mother Hubbard, but she's in and out because she had a baby.
I wish we lost her.
There's a spinoff. I like Lindsay.
I
There's a
don't.
spinoff in the city
Yeah,
that's going to be coming out because I think to cater to listen. Some of these people are in their 40s.
Kyle's
Kyle,
old.
Kyle is commendable. Kyle is just 43. Don't listen to Brian, guys. He's just 43.
Shit, I'm 40. He's old.
Kyle is commendable because Kyle parties hard all the way till 5 a.m. in the morning, and he'll still wake up at 6 and go on a run. And he still
It's nuts.
functions and he still does and he still drinks and, to the detriment of his marriage because he's married to
Yes,
Amanda. Amanda started out as a booty call, a friends with benefit
essentially,
situation,
like
turned
a,
it
like a like a
into,
last choice booty call. Like if I can't find anybody else, I can always call
yeah,
Amanda at 3 a.m. and go over there.
yeah. And it turned into a relationship and it turned into unhappiness and it turned into we have to get engaged even though all the signs are saying we shouldn't. And they got
Hmm.
engaged and she's been miserable ever since because Kyle just won't do what he should do as an adult who claims that he wants to have children. Amanda on her
Hmm.
end has gone through things too. I mean, she's gone through, some mental health um issues and she's gone through like depression, but she's kind of like found a good place. She's in a good place right now. She's doing all the things she wants. And I think seeing herself with clarity, she's like, oh, maybe I can be happier. Maybe I can do better. So they announced their split like a few weeks
It
before
was
the premiere.
yeah, like a week or two
Yeah.
before the season started.
Yeah. So what we are watching right now is their divorce playing out, even though they'd separate. No, they hadn't, because this
They
is
hadn't
filmed every
separated yet.
summer, and they separated right before BravoCon, which was in November. So,
Hmm.
but it's been pending actually for years.
For years, years, and the I always say this is like the easiest show on Bravo to watch because it's just watching drunk people fight, have a party, and have sex, and that's it. There's not like there's no children involved. There's no like, oh, we have to do this charity event that's going to take 6 episodes to
Yeah,
plan. It is just parties and fighting. And I was really excited to watch this season because I don't like Kyle. Um, I don't like him as a husband. I don't like him as a person. He's whiny. He's a whiny baby if he doesn't get his way. But I was excited to watch this go down because I'm like, I'm not sure how it happens. I don't know if there's like a big fight, if there's infidelity, whatever. And then the season started. I'm like, oh, this is just going to be sad. This is just two people who like hate each other's guts and will not own up to just say, let's be done. And so instead, they're just like mean to each other consistently until the other person
yeah,
walks away, basically. So this has been kind of a bummer of a season watching them. But the saddest part to me so far was Amanda basically telling Ciara, like, I don't know if I can be with anybody else. Like, I don't know if anybody else is going to want me, essentially. And
yeah,
I'm just like, that's what happens when you're with somebody like this who kind of, whether intentionally or not, runs you down all the time
yeah,
is you start to kind of have a negative impression of yourself. And that
yeah,
sucks for her because she's like young still ish. I think she's like 35, 34, something like that.
yeah.
So like
I don't know.
it's a
In
bummer for
that
her.
version, yeah. I mean, hopefully, I mean, she seems to be doing well right now. A little
Hmm.
part of me actually thought they might get back together, but I don't know where that is going to go. I just, Bravo fans, no, not Bravo fans. Every fandom is crazy right now. Every fandom
Yeah.
takes things too far and everyone's taking sides, everyone's doing things. When it came out, I think my thoughts were just like, I'm glad they made that choice if it makes both of them happier. There is no point. Life is too short for two people to be together if you're making each other miserable.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just not compatible. And they were not compatible. He's so extroverted. I don't know if he's just extroverted or if he's just trying to avoid the problems at home. Two things can be true as well.
Yeah.
She's very introverted. She's part of the bed bug. She just wants to stay home. She doesn't want to party. But Amanda was fun. She's just getting older and maturing because that's what you do.
Exactly.
And you have to remember that Kyle always talks about, I want to have children. What will inspire her to have children. They have dogs. They foster dogs. They have all the dogs.
Mhm.
She has to do a lot of it. What will foster that um what would inspire her to have kids with you when she could almost be a single mom? Kyle
Yeah,
goes out. Kyle also decided on a whim. He was fighting because, like Brian said, he's very whiny. When things don't go his way, he starts bitching. He starts going on and blaming everybody else but him. Then
everyone.
comes back to an apology, and the whole cycle repeats. And he just on a whim says, fine, if she's not going to do anything. And this was when she was going through a downtime with her mental health. And for
Yeah.
anyone who's experienced mental health, it's like you just don't have any desire, any motivation or to do anything. It's not that
Hmm.
you don't want to, you just can't,
You
no
can't do it.
matter the intention of what you want to do. Naturally, your partner is supposed to be like, oh, how can I assist you? How can I
Hmm.
help you? What do you need? I understand that it's not you, it's something you're going through, not Kyle. Kyle is obsessed with his business, Lover Boy. It's like a seltzer, spritzer,
It's
seltzer.
it's it's a tea. It's like
There's
it's
many,
like
there's many
twisted tea.
different.
Yeah, the
Yeah, but there are
original one
many
was a
different.
tea though, but there's different versions of it now.
Yes, they've expanded. It tastes nasty. And
Hmm.
he's obsessed with it. And he's just, trying to make, money out of it and feeling like she's not as motivated, which is a lie because despite everything, her background is in
She
marketing
does what I
design.
do. She's a graphic
Yeah,
designer.
creative design. Yeah. And she
Yeah,
put everything to help him with that. And she kept saying, it is not my dream. It's
right.
your dream. I
She
don't
quit
have to
her
be as
graphic design
obsessive.
job. Yeah,
Yeah.
she quit her job to be the graphic designer for Loverboy, which like I think a lot of why I fell for the show in the beginning was because I don't see graphic designer representation on TV ever. There's not a whole lot of us that get to be on TV. And so like I was very curious what her graphics looked like. And I'm like, oh, you don't even get to really design. You get to put the logo on things and like
Hmm.
put Loverboy and block letters on a sweatshirt, but like that would be it would be very difficult for me to leave a graphic design job that I enjoyed and instead to make this same graphic over and over again all day. Like I
Yeah.
would be bored to tears. So for her to even do that in the first place was kind of a big deal for me.
Yeah. So yeah, so we're basically going through watching her be an employee of her husband.
Hmm.
And while he's whining, I think they had one of their fights, and he's like basically calling her lazy. And he's like, fine, I'm just gonna go ahead and be a DJ. I thought it was just fighting words. It was not fighting words. This man went ahead and became a DJ. So it gives him an excuse to be out all night. And then we've had reports, like, way back in the day, there were reports of him cheating, and he's so drunk that he doesn't know if he did or not.
Yeah,
So
he confesses to it, but he's like, I don't remember it, but I guess there's pictures of it, so it
this
must have
bitch is
happened.
yes. And to be fair, I mean, it doesn't make anything better. It seems like it was just a make out. We're not talking like, oh, he had sex with someone. But things that
Yeah,
are still inappropriate is like there are pictures of someone saying Kyle is in my apartment at what time? 4
videos of it
a.m.
and
or something.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And again, you're saying that you want to have a child and you're blaming it on her, but you are not giving daddy
no.
daddy
Well,
inspiration.
well, and that thing with him being at somebody else's house, the it's sad to watch because the captions on the pictures and the videos are just like, oh my god, he's still playing his music, why won't he leave, it's 5 in
Yeah.
the morning and he's still here. Like it's not like I can't believe it, Kyle Cook's at my house. It's like, dude, I want to go to bed. And I think Kyle reminds me a lot of myself at 25. Like at 25 I was out super late all the time. This was I was just always on the go, could not like sit still. I remember there was a moment when I was 26. We were getting dressed to go to the club. It was like 11:30 at night, me and my roommates. And we looked at each other and we're like, what the fuck are we doing? We're not going to make a new friend. Like we haven't made a new friend at the bar in years. We already have like women that we can call to like make out with and stuff who want to make out with us. We're not going to find new ones at the club anyway. We have beer at in our fridge here. Why don't we just stay home, get drunk here with each other? We could smoke a little weed. We could, if you want to go do a booty call, you can do that. Like, why do we have to go to the club? I never went back. And I don't understand how you can be his big age and still be in the club multiple nights a week until the sun comes up when you have a wife at home whose whole beef is, I need you to be home and not drink as much. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what you want. And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious. He wants you to grow the fuck up and he just won't do it.
I mean, Mauricio is still out there. But
Well,
no, but I
shame on him
think
too.
that's what I'm saying is like, is it chicken or the egg? Is this just him being Kyle, or is it him running away from whatever is going on at home? And he's just finding any excuse to just be out there. Is it a case of, because fundamentally, I do think that they're both incompatible.
Yes,
They don't want to
very. I don't
admit
think
it
they
to
ever were
each other.
compatible.
Yeah, never. They were never. They
Mm-mm,
like
never
it
made
just
sense.
it shouldn't it lasted way too longer than it should have. They were having
Yep.
fun. It was great and they should have gone their separate ways.
Yep.
So is it a case of it's just terrible for him at home? So that's why he's doing all this, but that's a long way to go just to hang out outside, because clear he could find somebody who wants to be there with him at the DJ booth, but Kyle seems like he doesn't know what he wants. What if you find someone and she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to hang out with you." He's probably going to be like, "Why are you hanging out?" Because anytime Amanda does show any fun, he's upset. When she
Yeah.
jumped into
He
the
gets
pool,
really
all of a
mad.
sudden he's like, "You're naked." And I'm like, "What? She's not naked."
She's not, but also skinny dipping is something y'all do at this house. So like if
Yeah.
she was, that wouldn't be the first time. It's not like it'd be crazy behavior from her.
Yeah.
I think that he wants her to be like the calm, quiet, in the background, stay at home mom while he goes out and acts like a crazy person. And like if she wants to be on your level, that's not appropriate because that's not showing me that you're ready to be a mom. But
No.
I don't have to do anything to show you that I'm ready to be a dad because I just keep on telling you all the time that I'm ready to be a dad. Like he irritates me in a certain way where like a lot of people don't, but I'm just like, don't play dumb. Don't act like you have no idea why your marriage is failing. You don't know why
Yeah.
your wife is upset with you all the time. You don't know what you're supposed to do. Like you just don't want to do it. And that's fine if you don't want to do it, but then accept the life you're going to have from not doing it.
Yeah, he likes the idea of being a family man, but he doesn't want to do
Mhm.
anything because what was it? Wasn't he the one who did the fertility test with Tom Schwartz?
Yeah.
And I'm like, for
Yep.
someone who really wants to be that, this is just the first time. I don't know. It just wasn't adding up.
Well,
But
and remember they had that whole storyline years ago about going to look for like a house in the suburbs, like a big backyard and shit. They never did that. They
oh
never
yeah, it was
actually
an
made that move.
Airbnb. It was an Airbnb or
Yeah.
something that came
Like,
out for that.
you're talking the talk and then doing nothing to back it up. What do you mean you are DJing at Penn State on a Thursday night? Like, I have been to Penn State. You know what's hard to get to? Fucking Penn State. It's not near anything. You have to fly somewhere and then drive hours through the middle of Pennsylvania to get there. So it's not even like, oh, I'm going to quick pop down and get a flight back on the red eye. Like, no, you're in the middle of nowhere to DJ on a Thursday night to college students. You're not ready to settle down and have any kind of a family.
Kyle as a husband is not the best, but I enjoy
Mm-mm.
Kyle as a reality star. He was born to be a reality star. He was on the first season of Traders and he was great on that. So I enjoy him as a reality star. But let me take a quick
Same.
break and we will be back to talk some more. Over the course of my life, there have been so many women that have had an impact on my life, whether it's my mom, my aunts, my best friend, or mentors in my career. And I'm sure if you think about it, it's the same for you. But that's no surprise because everyone knows that women are the backbone of the home and society in general. But the many roles that women hold comes with its own pressures and mental load that can be isolating, and that's where therapy comes in. Therapy can help create balance, set healthy boundaries, and support overall well-being for everyone. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. Your emotional well-being matters. Find support and feel lighter in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com. That's betterhelp.com. Watching our loved ones age is one of life's toughest transitions, and a lot of people are part of the sandwich generation where you have to take care of young kids and aging parents. I've been through it, and I've also seen some of my friends overwhelmed trying to balance kids, career, and home while realizing they can't do it all alone. It's a lot to carry. If you don't know where to start, Care.com is here to help you breathe again. You can browse background checked in home caregivers or explore local senior living communities. At Care.com, you'll find specialized support for everything from meal prep to support for loved ones with dementia, backed by real reviews from families just like yours. And Care.com has safety in hiring tools so you can hire with confidence. Or you can even get a senior care advisor plan and talk to a master's level social worker to build a personalized care plan. I'm partnering with Care.com because it really is an easier way to find help. For a limited time, go to Care.com and use code AltocallMAFS for 20% off your initial Care.com subscription or a senior care advisor plan. That's AltocallMAFS, all one word. With Care.com, start your senior care journey with confidence.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
Okay. The rumors that are swirling right now is the fact that Amanda is canoodling. No, it wasn't canoodling. Is being handsy with West, the much talked about cast member who joined 2 seasons ago. Was it 3? 3.
I think it was 3.
3 seasons ago, in front of under Kyle's nose. Like, the headline was just so funny. I think Dumois broke it, and then, everyone's been running with it. And I'm just like, I want to believe that is not true. Like, there's so many people really out there. You don't have to. But there's so many implications on this where if she's doing this, Ciara is not coming back to the show. If she's doing this,
Ciara don't want West. Ciara does not want that man. Ciara has bad taste in men,
yes,
but she doesn't want West.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And okay, first of all, do you believe it?
I don't believe it because I don't think Amanda's messy like that.
Okay.
I think West would do it. I don't think West likes Kyle that much. Like, we see him be friendly with all the other guys more so than with Kyle. Mm-hmm. So I don't think West would have any problem with it. I just don't think that Amanda would be messy like that because she's not that much fun most of the time. So like, it's hard to imagine the scenario where this starts, I think. I want it to be true, but
let's talk about West. I loved West from the first moment he came. I shipped him and Ciara back then and everything. But how do you define West? I feel like West does all the right things, says all the right things, but at his core is a fuckboy.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Perfectly.
Because that's why he kind of doesn't like Kyle, because he's not doing the right things. But West, you don't do the right things. You just want to be a cool boy. Mm-hmm. And you end up doing these things that... So, okay, I guess my question is, these things that West is doing, are they out of character because he's just hitting his peak now? Or is this truly who West is, and he's the him playing nice guy and doing the right things is not his true self? I know the easy answer is both things are true, but if you had to pick one.
Well, let me do a quick character analysis of him before I get into this, because similar to how there's not a lot of graphic design representation, not a lot of Midwest representation on reality TV either. West and Jessie are both
I'm sorry. Love is mine. There was Minnesota.
Yeah, look at that.
That was Chicago. I'm just saying. So don't say.
I don't claim Ohio in the Midwest. It's not. It's a different thing. Regardless, we get it on like dating shows, but there was never a Real Housewives of Chicago, which is crazy to me. Because like, what do you mean you're doing Salt Lake City before you do Chicago? What do you mean doing Dubai first? But there's 2 different kinds of Midwest, and we get them both on this show. Jessie is big city Midwest. West is like small town, rural Midwest. So there's a certain kind of aw shucks niceness that comes with being from that kind of area to begin with. Mm-hmm. And we see that kind of at its core. He's not like a braggy guy. He doesn't really seem to think of himself as like any kind of a desirable catch at
Mm-hmm.
all. He played football in college, I want to say at Montana State, which like I know from this life as well. The guys he was probably a pretty big deal in high school football and didn't have an option to go play somewhere bigger. So he went to a small school. It kind of warps a lot of your perception of yourself that you didn't make it to like a big time school to play football, even though you were good at it. So he comes in with all those things to begin with. I think he's a fuckboy who was never successfully able to do it before getting onto reality TV. And now there's a whole plethora of women that are available to him that otherwise wouldn't have been as a 5'7" sports journalist with a mustache. Like and terrible style. Just cannot dress himself.
But the
So
people
like
love it.
the people love it. I don't get it. If he was not on TV and you saw that man, it'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Like no one would be like, ooh, I like him. So I think that he is living the life that is fun for him, but at the same time, that sort of all shucks niceness underlines all of it. And
Mhm.
he thinks he wants to settle down. He thinks he wants to, find someone to be with and really kind of, start to calm down. He doesn't want that. And his friend Dara nailed it perfectly, where she's like, he is so much fun and a great guy unless you're falling in love with him.
Yes.
And then he's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he knows what he wants. I think his head and his dick are wanting different things, and he doesn't know which one to follow given the day.
Okay, so he's a great guy unless it comes to romantic relationships.
Yeah, he's like a great friend to have, but like don't make out with him.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fair. So where do you stand on the whole thing with Ciara? Like, how are you feeling about? Yeah, you can talk about her too. Be kind though.
Yeah. I love Ciara, and I wish.
Can I pause?
Yeah.
Ciara is so fine. I just
So
want to
fine.
say, like, Ciara is so fun. Like, every time I see this woman, it's like a revelation that it's like,
Mhm.
wow. Why? These
Yeah.
should not be your options. You can do better, but sorry, go ahead.
Right. I mean, I will say booty too little, but aside from that, like absolute fucking knockout. The prettiest woman on the show by a lot. I know. I like what I like.
Guys, I
Where's
tell you all
Alondria
the
at?
time, I don't know what is going to come out this man's mouth every episode.
We're in a safe space here. We're among friends.
Brienne.
No, she is gorgeous. She is the most attractive woman that's ever been on Summer House for me, and it's not that close.
Me as a close second. She's pretty
well,
too.
Yes, that's
okay.
fair.
We're gonna talk about the newbies, but go ahead.
Yeah, fair. But I think that something is up with her self-esteem.
Yes,
because like the guys she chooses are not good. Luke treats you like trash too. Like she's
Wait,
not.
did he? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Luke, the whole thing with Luke was like he liked her until they had sex, and then he's like, "Yeah, I got what I wanted. I'm done now." Essentially.
Okay.
And like
go ahead.
didn't want to do anything beyond that. So
okay,
I feel bad for her. I wish I knew sort of where that came from. But
true.
Yeah, that is true.
She has
That's
a
at play here.
Family relationship with her mom.
That is at play.
Her mom kept picking men over them.
Yeah,
go ahead. We're gonna.
That is all true.
Go ahead.
So when it comes to her and West, it exemplifies what Dara said about him. He was treating her great. He was so attentive and so sweet and so kind to her. They got together. I think she wanted it to go like the distance. And then as soon as the summer was over, like she thought was going to happen, but she told herself it wasn't, he kind of went away. Mm-hmm. And then there was that whole thing with, was it the New York Times, the New Yorker, or whatever? He talked shit about her in the article.
Yeah.
And I wanted her to, last season was a tough watch because she was just cruel to West the entire time. He deserved it. Mm-hmm. But like, it felt like her heart wasn't really in it by the end of the summer. Like, I think I'm supposed to be mean to you still, so I'm going to keep on being mean to you. And we saw her soften on him this summer and get slapped in the face for it. Like, I want better for her. I want her to understand the catch that she truly is. And it doesn't seem like it's there for her. That makes me sad.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with everything that you said. And it's just like, Ciara, there is a life outside Bravo Celebrities. Bravo Celebrities pool is not clean. There's pee in the pool.
Pool is shallow.
There's pee in the pool. Like, get
There's
out.
Pee, there's dookie in it.
I am curious about her dating life before she became a Bravo celebrity.
Yeah.
I think I would like to know if she exclusively dates white men. Because so far, Austin, Luke,
God, I forgot about
Wes,
Austin.
whatever the heck this Jessie thing is going, and it's
Oh,
just like, is she, I mean, her right, whatever she wants to do, but I just think it
yeah.
adds to our armchair analysis, people who do not know this woman from nothing.
Hmm.
But it's just interesting to see what that's like. I mean, I do want to know, the men that her mom was marrying or dating, were they also white? It's just, I want to know, maybe they weren't, and maybe she's going the opposite, because she seems to be grappling with her relationship with her mom. I
Yeah.
think last season they weren't even speaking
Yeah.
because of that situation. So she doesn't know how to, she wants to have healthy relationships. Like, the desire is there. She talks
Yeah.
about it all the time. She says how she's not even an out there girl. She doesn't have like casual sex. Like, she wants to
Mhm.
have a connection and things. And somehow the picker is still wrong. The
Well,
picker
and
is
let's
still wrong.
let's add KJ is. We'll talk about him, I'm sure. Never even got like a second look from her. Listen, this man is good looking, and he is apparently super in tune with his emotions and like knows how to talk to women and everything. Can't flirt, but like, is a good guy, and he never even got like consideration from her. So I do
Well,
wonder if
I
there's a
think both
predilection.
I think both of them is. I don't think both of
It's
them are each
entirely
other's types.
I mean, we'll see. But yeah, you might be right.
I mean, spoiler alert, everyone. KJ and Dara are dating now, so I mean that's a whole thing. But I
Yeah.
think from the moment she saw him, I don't know what their age difference is, but she just saw him as
Well,
a
I don't
little
know.
brother, so
Yeah.
that was already not going to be a thing. But I think the thing with Ciara too is like there's a lot of unpacking that needs to be done, even without the romantic side being included. Because my thing with Ciara was I always felt like she was not warm.
Yeah.
I don't feel, I'm glad this season I can feel that she's lighter. I can see that she's lighter. I can see that she's
Hmm.
being more engaging. I don't want to put it on Paige, but that's who's missing.
Well,
And
Pages. I mean,
she's she's participating. But I'm just curious. I she wasn't very nice to Gabby
no.
when
Well, but
Gabby was on
I
there.
mean, I didn't like Gabby in the first place, though.
It's Gabby was barely there. What didn't you like?
The fact that she met somebody, she's like, "Oh, what's your astrological sign?" "Oh, I hate your fucking guts." Like
Oh,
that, the way that she
okay.
did that over and over again, I'm just like,
Okay.
man, you can't even say hello to this person first. You just decide you hate them.
Okay. Understood. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's actually fair. I forgot about that. Guys, 10 seasons. There's a lot to remember.
hated that.
Um, I don't know what happened. She did get close with Maya, and they had a
Maya.
podcast together, and that went south. And I don't think they're speaking. If they were, I think we would see
Oh,
pictures, we would see
yeah,
things. I don't know, what's going on with that. The people that she connected with were Paige and Amanda. And
yeah.
I don't think she really opened herself up, to everybody else in that
I think you're
regard.
right.
And even when she was on Traders, I still felt like she was guarded, and it's just hard because sometimes you don't know what your nonverbal communication is giving off,
Hmm.
and so you have that guarded thing. That being said, she made a good point when she said, "Okay, let me backtrack. This man, Jesse Sullivan, you know how you don't
Ugh.
like Kyle. I cannot stand Jesse's. Like, I
I also
really,
hate Jesse.
for someone I don't know, this man really, really, like, once he opens his mouth, once he smiles, once he sings, once he says hi, and he's trying to be one of the girls because it's not good intent. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
I don't like Jessie at all. And this is why I keep saying Ciara's picker is bad, because the fact that you think this man is your friend, and I didn't appreciate last season what they did to Lexi. Again, don't understand. I feel like lately my opinions are not where it's harder to find people that are with me on this, but people are against Lexi, and I'm just like, what did she do wrong? I don't know. But the way they suddenly were on Jessie's side, and they took what he said as gospel when she was being
Yep.
very clear that he's telling me one thing, and
Yep.
then he goes around and says, no, he's on me. And the first the first day or whatever, he was like, oh, I'm in love with her. Oh, I want
Within
to
an
be
hour of
with
meeting
her
her.
within an hour and stuff. And she's like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And now they quickly took Jessie's side, and they weren't on her side, like as a girl's girl that they claim to be. And I'm sorry, the whole thing with Ciara and Jessie, if this shoe was turned around and she had a man and a girl
Mhm.
was all over him the way she was,
Mhm.
they would have ripped him to shreds.
Yeah, of course. No, listen. Jessie, again, speaking as a Chicagoan, Jessie is a certain representation of a North Shore boy.
Mm.
Like there's Chicago is a city of neighborhoods. There's different sort of stereotypes that go with everything. The North Shore is where the old money is at in Chicago. He reminds me so much of all the memes about North Shore Chicago guys. If you're from Chicago, you get what that reference means. Basically, like he feels a sense of entitlement to everything,
Mm.
and like he doesn't understand he's kind of a villain. Like he doesn't get that he is kind of is. Like there's so many times that he does bad things, and when he gets called, it's like, oh man, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come off like that. I'm like, why don't you learn from this then and like do better next time? I mean, I don't get the appeal of him. His teeth are too big, his mouth is too big, he's not that good of a singer. I just don't get why people fawn over him the way they do
Yeah,
sometimes. But I think he thinks of himself as like a
a
good
nice
quality
guy.
guy,
Hmm.
nice guy.
Yeah,
And he's not that. Like, he ain't
yeah.
that.
But they let him get away with it, which is why I was like, I
Sure
was
do.
so pissed last season. And it's like he just thinks I can laugh it away. And even when they slapped him on the wrist, they were like, "Oh, you can't laugh anything away." And then the next day was it. And then the way he tries to join them to gossip, and it's like, I don't even know if you're being actual friends or if there's an
No.
intent besides it. But I mean, his crime this season so far, as if he didn't learn from being the villain last season, is he decides that he's being flirty with Ciara, which is true. Ciara is very flirty with him.
She is.
And he goes to West because, West is just happy that Ciara's talking to him. Ciara is
Yeah.
asking him. There was a scene where he was on the stove and she leaned into him. Even I was like a little giddy, and I'm like, stop it, Tane. You shouldn't be happy about this. We want better
Wes isn't that great
for
either.
her. And he goes over and asks Wes, like, hey, would you be mad if I make out with Ciara?
Yeah.
And Wes is like, what? Like, where did that
Is that in
come
the works?
from? And I didn't clock it until they told, who was it that clocked it? Was it Mother Hubbard or whoever, that he was marking his territory, telling everyone in the room. He didn't go to West alone. He waited until KJ was in the room and
Ben.
Ben was in the room. Oh,
Ben was
Ben.
there.
I forgot about Ben. That
Remember Ben?
boring man. Yes.
This season's
just
in
because-
rule.
I think it was Ben who clocked it, maybe.
I think
Oh,
so.
somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
And was like, you were marking your territory, like you went to tell him. And then she was like, to do what? And Ciara also clocked it, right? Whereas, like, if you were interested, you would ask me on a date,
Mm-hmm.
not say make out with you. And drunken, not a sober making out, like a drunken making out, like she's an object. And I
Yeah.
do have a question for you. And this is from shout out to Dana from the Bravo Investigator, because her thought process is that Ciara actually might have feelings for Jessie, and
I think
that's
so.
why she reacted the way she did. I think she has feelings for him.
I don't think it's like a I'm in love with him thing. I think it's like a I could see this developing over the summer, and maybe I'm not opposed to it kind of a thing. I think this might be an interesting, fun option for me. And then seeing this behavior from him is like, no, that's not who I thought you were, is kind of how it feels. A couple things. Number one, him crawling into the bed and wanting to snuggle up on her all the time. That's nefarious. Okay. That's not you being a buddy and wanting to gossip with the girls.
Yeah.
Cause like I have mostly female friends in my life. I have a friend who I call Big Sis. We've known each other since we were in 6th grade. We have shared a bed together before, and there was never any touching between us, and never any thought of like, hey, we should talk about how we're not going to touch. It's just like, oh no, like you only have one bed at your place, and I'm sleeping over here. I'll sleep in the bed. You sleep in the bed. We're fine. I feel like if that was a Jessie situation, he would have tried to at least like be big spoon on her and see how she responds and whatever. And like that's not That's not normal behavior if you're just friends with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of my first thing there. My
Mm-hmm.
second thing, I know this might be unpopular opinion. I do think it was right for him to go to West first and to
Nope.
say, hey, not is it okay if I make out with her? But I think if it was a thing where it's like, hey, I know that you guys have a past. I am interested in her, but I will not pursue anything if it's going to like hurt our friendship. I think that's before you go to her and say, hey, I have feelings for you. And then you say, actually, I can't because my friend told me not to. Like, that seems worse to me. But I think you go to your friend and you're like, if this is going to hurt your feelings and upset you, I won't even pursue it.
Sorry, Lance.
What?
Sorry, go ahead, Lance. Sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I get that. I think that Ciara is completely correct where if you're going to go to him, then it's not, is it okay if I make out with her? It's, would you be upset if I took her on a date? Would you be upset if she and I became a couple? Is the way you ask. Not, hey man, is it okay if I get a blowjob from her real quick? Like that's not the energy you want to be on the receiving end of, because it does basically objectify her and turn her into, like she said, like a sexual conquest and not a woman with agency who might want an actual relationship with somebody she makes out with.
Brian, why did we
Tell
go
me I'm
from
wrong.
why did we go from making out to blowjob? Just out of curiosity.
Because Jessie got his toe sucked, and it was not just his toe that got sucked. I will stand on that hill. There was something beyond just getting his toe sucked for a second. And that's what he meant when he said make out with Ciara. It wasn't just if we make out. He was thinking down the line. I know this man.
I'm going to take a break and tell Brian why he's wrong. Okay?
People sometimes talk about GLP-1s as a way to cheat weight loss, but what they don't talk about is how they're a powerful healthcare tool that's now becoming more accessible than ever with the new FDA-approved GLP-1 pill now offered at Ro. Starting a GLP-1 journey with a Ro Body membership comes with great benefits, such as 100% online care, access to clinically proven, FDA-approved medications, free insurance check, side effect management, dosing support, and more. With all these benefits, this is what I would use if I ever considered a GLP-1 journey. In addition to the newly approved pill, Ro also offers a full suite of the most effective brand name FDA-approved GLP-1s, all at the lowest cost. Go to ro.co/alter to see if you're eligible for the new GLP-1 pill on Ro. That's ro.co/ALTAR to get started on Ro. Go to ro.co/safety. That's ro.co/safety for box warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medication.
Be right back. I don't agree because Jessie said specifically, I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. I'm thinking maybe one day when we're drunk, maybe one day when if you don't know, do not bring it up.
Yes.
Even if you know, you talk to her and say, hey, I'm having, let's assume he had feelings. Let's assume that he's an unfucked boy. Well, that sounds wrong. The opposite of, he was a good guy.
Genuine person.
Let's assume he was a good guy. And he went to her and was like, hey, Ciara, we've been being flirty lately. Like, I really respect you. I really respect your boundaries. And I just want to know how you feel. Like, I'm having feelings for you. And I feel like we could be something. We could start slow. Like, how are you feeling? Just a temperature check. How are you feeling? And then she goes, yes, I do feel. Yes, I don't feel. Then you go to West. Then you go to West and say, hey, I know that you're feeling, I got more. I know you're feeling some type of way, but I've been feeling some type of way. And, I talked to Ciara. Either way, like, oh, she doesn't feel anything for me, but I just wanted to get a temperature check before I came to you to see how you feel. Or she is feeling me, but before I pursue anything, I told her I just wanted to see where she was. I haven't decided where we're going to go. I just wanted to see how she felt. Before I decide if we're going to go further or if we're not, just wanted to let you know, not asking for permission. I think that's another thing. I just wanted to let you know that, I'm having feelings. She's also having feelings. We're not sure where this is going to go, but wanted to give you a heads up in case it becomes something more. Now, where all this is moot is this motherfucker said, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm still going to go for it.
Yeah, that's a very different, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
So everything about this was terrible. And then even if you were going to do, let's even give that. A lot of the times, why did KJ have to be there? Why did Ben have to be there? You were filming a reality TV show and word spreads. No,
Yes.
everything about this was disgusting. And
Well,
again, the only thing, when Ciara says it's 75-25, it was me or whatever, I'm not saying she should take any blame or anything. I think the only thing is like, we have proof. We saw what he did to Lexi. Like, we women
yes.
always fall for, oh, you did to someone else, not me. And I understand that she thought they were friends, but this whole situation lets me know that it's not a friendship. It's an aesthetic friendship. We look good whenever we go out. The cameras take pictures of us, but are you really deep? And going back to your question, why I think that I don't think she had feelings for him. I think she just thought that she felt seen by him,
Yeah.
and that's all Ciara wants in this life, is to be seen. She's not even being seen by her mom. She's not being
No.
seen by her dad, and she feels like she doesn't, you know, understood by a lot of people. She has her guard up. And now she thinks she has a friend, which I don't know why anyone thinks they have a deep friendship with Jessie. Jesse's not a
Mm-mm.
deep person. That
He's
man is not
shallow.
capable of being shallow. It is a defense mechanism, but that's a whole story for another day. He
Yeah.
wants to go through life like that, but you don't have to drag people into that. And you're being flirty with a man. Like, women want to have a relationship and feel like this is my friend that doesn't want any more from him. But again, everything Jesse has told us he is, why
Hmm.
do you think you'd be different? And
No.
he doesn't even respect the fact that it's what, like, because honestly, if she wants to date Jesse, she can. She shouldn't. It's not a
Shouldn't.
thing of, oh, West this, West, who cares? West didn't care. She shouldn't care. She should do whatever. It just shouldn't be Jesse. And I think she just read the room wrong that she and Jesse are friends. But what makes her and Jesse deep, good friends?
They're
What
not.
has he given her?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
No. And I
that's my
think I
take.
should I should I should clarify. So I was thinking about it from the perspective of like a regular person who's like a good guy, where it's just
Well,
like,
that's her
if this
mistake.
is right. Well, I know. I think my thing is to play it out the other way. If he goes to Ciara first and is like, hey, I like you, I have feelings for you, I'd like to pursue something with you and see where this goes. And she's like, yeah, me too. I think that would be great. And then he goes to West and says, hey, just so you know, we had this conversation. Like, is that really going to mess things up for us? And he goes, yes. Like, that's really going to hurt my feelings, hurt our friendship. You can't then go to Ciara and say, I talked to West, we can't do it now. Like, if you're going to do it either way, then that's fine. If you're so committed to it that you're okay, like, potentially ending this friendship over it, then that's fine. Don't ask him in the first place then. But if you're wanting to make sure it's not going to damage your friendship with this guy, then I think it makes sense to talk about that before you go to Ciara and play with her emotions, essentially, because she doesn't even know that you have feelings for her. So if you are not going to pursue it, there's no reason to even let her know you felt that way in the first place and mess with her head. Um, but
I agree.
again, this is a private conversation, not on not on camera, not with three other men in the room who get to hear the whole thing. The execution was inexcusable. I think you do this a whole different way where no one even has to know on the show that you guys had this talk at all. And then you can just go back to being purely friends with Ciara and stop all of this thought in your head.
Yeah,
I
understood.
unpopular opinion, I get that.
Yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think the whole thing for me is just icky, because the only two
It's
people who are
gross.
involved who has feelings or anything are you and the lady. So to feel like, oh, that guy's, if your friendship already means so much to you, why are you exploring that at all? If what
Exactly. I
he
wouldn't
said,
even think about it.
if there's a possibility that, oh, it's going to end my friendship, then why is that even a consideration? So everything about that, even if you don't call it that and you're going to that person first, it does seem like permission, because their
Yeah,
answer hinges on what you're going to do, which makes me think like it's not real feelings, because if it hinges on another person, why even bother? So
that's true.
for me, it's
Yeah, if
just
this is your
not.
boy, you shouldn't even be thinking about it.
It's
That's a very
not.
good point.
It's just not. It's just gross. So for Ciara, just like, people want to experience me, and then when they find out about me, they don't want anything to do with me. I don't know what the solution is, except just find quality people. I guess that's
Yeah.
harder to say. Like, if you don't let your guard down, don't let your guard down for these people, because it's not gonna work. She was mad
Mm-mm.
at Wes for, I think that came off wrong, where Wes was like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck. You can do whatever you want to do." But I think Wes was taken aback, and maybe he didn't handle it the best way. But she was
Yeah.
more mad that Wes didn't stand up and be like, "No, you can't do that," because all Ciara wants is to be seen and for someone to stand up for her. And I think
Yeah.
that's how she took that. And I also think like she's being losing that battle. Do you remember when she was like, Wes, go upstairs, Wes, go there? I was like, honestly, if people
Yeah.
were not there, they would have made out that night. So
Yeah. I thought so.
there's all that's going on, and it was just messy. But I'm so glad that her friend Mia was there. I'm so glad that she had a friend come in,
Mhm.
which I'm going to segue into the newbies. Mia is one of the newbies who's dating a chef as well. I don't know if we're going to see him
Didn't sound like it.
this season. It just I don't know this man. I don't know their dynamic. It just feels like something that won't last. Also, he's like the third chef boyfriend we've had, and the previous ones didn't
Yeah.
last. So
It's a
I
hard
don't know.
life.
So the newbies we have are Bailey, who sounds like little Erica Jane,
Mhm.
Levi,
Mhm.
who I thought was gonna disappear like that girl last season, but she's
Well,
still here.
she
I think
talked shit and got fired.
she's
Like, that's
still
what
here.
happened.
KJ, the man who I think is somehow related to Aaron Pierre, because to me they both look like AI.
Oh,
Um,
true.
we've talked about Mia, and then we have Dara. I don't know if Dara was supposed to be a cast member, but she dated Wes 3 years ago. She's completely over Wes, and they met at a medieval Renaissance party, and she came with a
Yeah.
suitcase and moved in, and
Yeah.
that's it. and Ben, sorry. Oh my god,
Oh,
I keep
I also
forgetting
forgot about
Ben.
Ben.
Ben was an Australian bachelor, guys, and he was so overwhelmed. He left. I don't know how we finagled him into the show, but Ben is one of those guys who's been so pretty his whole life. He's never had to use the muscles to actually be engaging, and now he don't know how to function.
Yep.
Bailey's obsessed with him in an uncomfortable way. Like all she talks about is him, but she can't flirt. He can't flirt.
God, she can't flirt.
He's clearly not interested. Dara came in. He seemed to be interested in Dara. I don't know what happened. Somehow KJ swooped in. Next thing, they're FaceTiming and calling each other every day. And he came home the next morning. I don't know what happened. That's all he said.
I don't know how Dara
And
and Ben didn't hook up. They were in that bedroom, crawling over the bed all over each other. I'm like, oh man, poor KJ. Like, you put in all the groundwork. You had a whole thing. You were sweet to her. You guys were talking and walking around the Renaissance fair, and then Ben swoops in. Oh, that sucks, man. Then nothing happened. So I'm just like,
hey,
I'm surprised. I was confused on why. I thought we were gonna get like the security cam of them like making out on the bed, and it just didn't happen, I guess.
I really think he's overwhelmed. I really think he didn't know what to expect with this show. And I don't know why, if he was overwhelmed with The Bachelor, why he thought
Yeah.
he could do this. But he seems to be activated next week when
Mhm.
Bailey is like, you want to bang Amanda. And he's just, which is disrespectful. I don't care if
Very.
they're on the rocks, if they're on the
No.
pebbles. You don't say that. And she's
Don't
just
there's
mad.
no.
I think he's mad. She's mad that he showed interest in Dara, because at first it's one thing if he's not interested in nobody, then it's like, oh, it's not a me thing. But then if you were interested in Dara, and now, even though some people are speculating that maybe she hit a nerve and maybe he really does want Amanda because they do have
Oh.
chemistry.
Well, they do. Well, and
Amanda and
also
Ben
let's
have
not
chemistry.
forget, for one episode, they were trying to ship Ben and Lindsay. Like that was a thing they did for one episode where it's,
Well,
that didn't go nowhere.
well, Lindsay tried, but Ben is giving nothing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl, give us nothing.
Yeah, no,
Because
that's accurate.
she's
She
like,
did shoot her shot a little bit.
on paper, he looks good, but giving nothing. But speaking
Nothing.
of Lindsay, it's like, I didn't know. I know you said you don't like her, but again,
Mm-mm.
natural reality star, because she brings
Definitely a
everything.
star.
Lindsay is how Ciara found out about the talk, because she's like, huh, you should tell her. Oh, I should tell. Oh, I should
I'm gonna
tell
tell
her,
her.
right? I should. It's like, let's make this happen. And this is why, Wes, going back to Wes being a fuckboy, when they talked about it, Lindsay was like, oh, I'm going to tell her. And he's like, yeah, you should. And when they're in the car and they're like, oh, Jess is like, oh, I think she's mad at me. I think Lindsay told her. Wes is like, fucking Lindsay, man. I'm like, Wes,
Yep.
Wes.
Wes. That's why I'm saying he doesn't know what he wants. Like you should have told him, hey, by the way, I told Lindsay. Lindsay went and told Ciara, and that's why she's mad at you. So they'd be like, what? Lindsay did what? I'm like, come on, you put this in motion.
What he should have done was like, Jessie, I don't appreciate what you did. Jessie has been pushing this since last season, tiptoeing
Yep.
around it a little bit. Now you finally did it. I feel like Jessie is trying to sun West in some way.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely
Wes,
is.
instead of just standing up and saying and then when he went back to him when they were in the pool, he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the guys came and said like that was disrespectful. How the fuck did you feel? Stand up on business and
Well,
say I don't appreciate it. It may be selfish of me, but I don't like it. And also, I don't think Ciara would appreciate. That's how I know Jessie and Ciara are not friends because
yeah.
you should know. Like,
No.
actually, first of all, no woman is going to appreciate that. But Ciara, of all people, has talked about it. Even if she hasn't said it to you on the show, we as viewers know. Maybe they don't
Mhm.
watch the show. She has said it all the time. Like, I don't appreciate people treating me this way. And I think somebody said this. Like, maybe this is why she doesn't wear the sexy costume. She literally dresses a rat.
She dresses a plague rat. Well, I think, the part in the pool that pissed me off was West was like, I think most people would say, if they were in my position, you were being a dickhead to ask me that. Don't just say, hey, man, that was a
You are,
dickhead thing to
yeah,
ask me. Instead of saying, well, a lot of other people would say, like, just own up to it. Like, I would have been upset with my friend.
yeah.
Like, what, like you said, if this is your real friend, if this is your man, you don't even come to have that conversation. It's not even a maybe I will, maybe I won't. I have two very close friends, both named Bobby, both play the drums. They both dated the same woman for many, many years. One of them is married to her now. When the first couple broke up, he was not welcome in our house for years because he went and got with her next. Like that, it can damage a friendship. So then don't play with it then. Jesse's not thinking one day I'm going to marry Ciara. That's not at all on his mind. He's just like, I want to hook up for the summer. Would that bother you? Like I said, there's so many other women
Not
in
even
the
the
Hamptons.
summer. He said when he was drunk, just a
Right.
drunken make out. That's how
Yeah.
you think of your friend, which is just,
It's
crazy.
gross.
But
It's gross.
anyways, yeah, Wes just needs to grow some balls and actually
Yep.
like say what he means. And next episode, he's going to be like, oh, I miss her so much. And it's just like, no, you don't. You
You
just
don't.
want to, because Jessie is showing interest, you're just like, what? Like anyways, whatever. I just feel like
Yeah.
I
No.
just want her to find a good man. I just want her to find a
Same.
man that's going to be good. So whatever she has to do to get there, I hope she does. I do like the friendship with KJ. I like how they were
Mhm.
talking about the experiences being, the only black people in a predominantly white situation most of the times. And I
Yep.
like that they caught coffee. It's so weird. I'm used to saying let's catch a cup of coffee. And I was like, caught coffee? How do you caught back in the city when they were there? As a sidebar,
Yeah.
if you've never watched Summer House, for anyone there was a black version. We used to call it Black Summer House. It was Summer House
Mhm.
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
But the
Yeah.
difference was they were in the house all summer. And I remember someone asking, would you rather stay in the house all summer or do the back and forth that they do on Summer House?
I think I'd rather not stay there the whole summer just because like you can't sometimes getting away from these people will help things just naturally cool off.
Yeah,
On the other hand, that is not a short drive.
that
So
is
like I'm not trying
not.
to make that drive round trip every weekend. Like no thank you.
I'm so surprised they don't get a car for them. I would choose, by the way, Summer House if I'm not the one driving. If I could be like, no, I think they all take turns to drive because I was gonna say
They
who's the one
take
that
turns, but
Amanda doesn't
it's
drive.
still a long ass drive.
Amanda
No,
doesn't drive. As long as
Amanda
I'm
doesn't
not
drive.
driving, I'd rather just take a break, take a breather, and then go. But that drive every weekend, it just sounds exhausting. But
I
there's an
drive
end
back
date.
when you're hungover.
Yeah, there's an end date. So, yeah, I think we've talked about all the newbies. I appreciate them for now. I think they do fit. Bailey was very open from the first day. Sweet Green got herself an endorsement. Good for her.
Yep.
And we haven't talked about Carl. We're gonna wrap
Oh.
this up pretty soon, but Carl is opening a soft bar. None of them believe in it. His friendship with Lindsay is growing better,
Ish.
growing ish. Lindsay's like, I don't think about that, man. I love Lindsay for that because I really do feel like it would behoove women to act like Lindsay. Do not wallow. Do not
In this
wait.
instance.
Lindsay's just like, I want a baby. I want marriage. I wasn't getting from you, but I'll marry you, but you don't want me. The end. And she never thought about that man. Even at the reunion when Andy's like, Carl, do you miss the friendship? Oh, I'm getting emotional. Yes, I am. Lindsay, do you miss Carl? I can't say I'm there yet. No.
No.
I got a
No.
baby. I've moved on. She's not thinking about that man. And even right now, she's like, again, I think the producer must have asked, "Do you feel nervous? Come to see Carl." She's like, "Girl, I'm not thinking
Who?
about that man." So,
No. Oh God, Carl to me is just such an interesting figure, right? Because I didn't watch Summer House in the beginning. We started watching it 2 summers ago. My wife started. She's like, "You have to get down on this." And so, like, in the beginning, he was such a piece of shit. And like, yes, he was going through all of his addiction problems, and like, very happy for him that he's overcome that. But you go watch those early seasons, it's like, I want to slap this man in the fucking face. Like, he is irritating and just the worst in the beginning. Now that he is sober, I'm very happy for him. He seems healthy. Seems like he's in a really good place. Again, teeth are too big, but like, that's the only problem he's got right now. My issue is, I don't know why you're still on the show. Like, you cannot be having fun, the only sober person around all these people who are trashed all the time and out until God knows what hour in the morning. And you just have to deal with that energy level while a sober person. Like, that couldn't be fun for me. Like, I wouldn't enjoy that at all. I don't know if it's mostly for the exposure for soft bar, which, like,
that's my guess.
I hope it works out for him, but seems like a dumb idea, but like, I hope it works great for him. I want a more calm, stable life for him. I'm happy he didn't marry Lindsay, because that would have been a tumultuous situation that may have triggered his addiction to come back. Especially the way that she was drinking and would not stop, even though he was like, "Hey, I would like for you to stop drinking." She's like, "I'm not going to do that." Mm-hmm. But I want him to be in like a stable relationship coming into the summer. I would love to have a season where it's like, "Oh, I met this girl at like Halloween time. We've been together the whole time. She's going to come visit a few times." That would be such a revelation for him. Because right now he's not hooking up with anybody. He's not even trying to hook up with anybody. He's just like in the house to be in the house. Like, I'm not sure what he's bringing to the show anymore, which is probably a good thing for him.
It's coming. He's going to get
he's
into
going to
that
fight Carl or Kyle, so that's going to be fun.
Kyle. And I appreciate Carl. I said earlier in previous seasons that I don't think the group really is supportive with his sobriety journey. I think they just look at it casually. I think it's very easy for people to forget that sobriety is not easy. Addiction is not easy. It's a lifelong journey. And you're right about Carl. I went back to watch the beginning seasons. It's two completely different people.
Completely
For him
different.
to get to where he is kind of amazing. Really. Mm-hmm. That he is where he is, and for him to actually turn it around and be like the even keeled person, calling out Kyle and just being like, if you say you want the things that you say, act accordingly. You kind of have to put the work, to do that. I think he is here for the exposure, for his bar. He's putting a lot of money. I think it is really shitty that Kyle did not,
but Kyle's broke.
Wait. No, but he can. He can, even if it's 5,000, even if it's 500. It's just a show of support.
He can do one endorsement deal and make some money to give to Carl.
That Carl is in a place where he's like, peace and love. I'm not going to make this a big deal because, again, if the roles were reversed.
Oh, can you imagine?
I've been a good friend to. He's always slurring, guys. Good friend to him, and he couldn't even support me. What? That's how Kyle.
I picked him up when he was too high to do a business meeting. It'd be all that shit.
Yeah. So the least you could have done, or even if you couldn't, have a conversation and be like, "Listen, I fully support you. I would love to. I just don't have the means right now." If you had that conversation, Carl would have said that. Carl would have mentioned that or something. You could go this about. I feel like Kyle does, a little bit take for granted his relationship with Carl, but Carl is also peace and zen. He's not trying to trigger himself. He's just trying to like make peace and go with that. So we'll see. Honestly, I have not watched the In the City trailer. I don't know if who's part of it. I only know Lindsay is part of it, but I wish him well with the soft bar. If it is true that the new generation is drinking less, it just sounds like a juice bar to me. But
they are.
If that's the concept and he's doing that, like even Mr. Wallpaper Ben was like, "Hey, he has an idea. If it works out, good for him."
He got excited for him. We saw Ben have some emotion for a minute.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's it. Like, I'm really enjoying the dynamic this season. I don't know that, the parties are great, but I don't get as much joy from them as I get in the everyday, day to day interactions of the people. Like, even seeing them get ready, dancing in the room, and things like that. That's, cute and fun. And when they have dinner and they're talking, those are the things that are fun now. So, we'll see where the show goes, but so far so good for the season. I still
Hmm.
repeat that the best shows on Bravo are not the Housewives show. Those are stale.
No,
It's the other
no, I,
shows
I
that
even
are
enjoyed
bringing it.
Next Gen NYC a lot.
That was
Like even
really
that was
good.
fun for me.
Next
Yeah.
Gen
Well,
LA
I'll
is
tell you.
coming.
Yeah, I know. I'm not as familiar with the cast of that one, so I'm gonna
Okay.
watch it. But it's I think my main issue with what Summer House has become, we don't have the random hookups anymore. We don't
Yeah.
have people staying over all the time. I mean, Imrule did it a lot. We never saw any of those women. They were just like, here's a ponytail walking around the corner. But like, we don't have them. Oh, so and so didn't come back last night. They must have gone somewhere. And then we had like the security footage of a car coming at like 4:30 in the morning to pick them up. We need to bring that back. Like if we had that energy back, it'd make the parties more fun. Because then it's like, who is KJ going to hook up with? Ooh, is Bailey finally going to get her dick wet? Because she's trying, it's not working. Like all of those things would be fun to see. And we just don't have that as part of the show anymore. And I wish we did, because it would add a little bit more energy, I think, to the way things go. But I'm enjoying the season a lot so far.
Yeah, I think the people are more interested in dating people within the house. And then
Yeah.
the people outside the house, either they're not signing the release or
Oh,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
That because
Gen
there's
Z is
that
probably more
part.
cautious than
More cautious. Yeah. Everybody's gonna find out everything about you and they're like, yeah, it's not
it's
worth it.
true.
Just trying to have a good time. Bye. So
10 years ago was a long time ago. That's true. Things change.
okay. Well, any final last thoughts?
I don't think so. I think, I'm excited. I want to see the Kyle and Carl fight. I want to see what it sparks from. But and yeah, justice for Amanda. She deserves better than this man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, I mean, I'm sure we could talk for this for hours, but these are the highlights of what's
Let's
going on
talk
with
about the
Summer House.
workuses.
of Summer House for this season. So we will be back next week with the Love is Blind reunion. And have some thoughts on the weddings also. It's just going to be quick high level with the weddings and then talk about the reunion. And I will also be back with part 2 of Reality Ramble with some other shows on here. Brian, thank you for stopping by. Can you share with people where they can find you?
Yep, I am hosting Math's Virgin. We are doing the Houston season of Married at First Sight. Johnny's mask finally slipped all the way off, and he has become the villain that I was waiting for him to become. So we have, I think, 21 days till the weddings, and everything's falling apart. So the season is getting very good. You can also join our Facebook group, the Math's Virgin Fan Club, and follow us on Instagram and Threads at Math's Virgin. Lots of memes and jokes and just general reality TV talk in there.
Okay. You know where to find me. Also call them AFS on all the socials. I really do enjoy the comments, so please keep them coming and would like to know what you guys think about Summer House or anything we didn't touch about. Let me know what you think. Please give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and stay subscribed so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Until next time, guys. Bye.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.